Welcome to the Therapy Show podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Mustard. In each episode, I interview a seasoned and knowledgeable talk therapist from the counseling world to glean valuable insights, techniques, and tools that you can apply to your practice and your life. And if you're considering a career in the counseling field or just want to hear about what it's like to be a talk therapist, then this is the podcast for you. Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of the Therapy Show. I'm your host, Lisa Mustard, and I am really stoked to talk to you about this topic today. I have titled it Side Gigs for Therapists That Have Nothing to Do with Therapy. And I feel like this is such a hot topic. It's something that I am chatting with peers in private messenger and text as well. It's just thinking about side gigs when you don't want to do therapy as a side gig. So I think there's a lot of potential out there. There's a lot of opportunity, way more than I can cover in just an episode of the Therapy Show. But I wanted to definitely give you things to think about, ideas. And these are just a handful of ideas. This is not a list of all the things that are out there because there are so many things out there. But I want to give you kind of a framework on how to get clear about which side gig might be best for you. Okay. So why a side gig to begin with, right? Like, why would you want to have a side gig? You're already busy. You're already working a full-time job. Some of you want an extra stream of revenue. Some of you want another stream of income. I can get that. I can hop on that train. I get that. I'm always looking for other ways to bring in an income for our family. I totally understand that. Some of you just want to pursue other passions and interests. You want the money and, another income stream, but you also just want to use your creativity in a new way. You want to maybe use the skills that you have and you want to just pursue other interests or passions that, of course, that you have. We all have those. We are not just therapists, right? We are many levels. We are many layers. Some of you are feeling really burnt out, right? You're really burnt out, and there could be a number of reasons why. We're not going to get into that today. But you're really burnt out and you want to test the waters of what else might be out there for you. So you're thinking, do I want to pick up a side gig? So let's talk a little bit about my side gig, how I found my side gig, which I think is relative definitely to this conversation because it's more about the process of how I got to where I am. I want you to be, as therapists, we're always paying attention to the process, right? So get your process hats on and let me tell you a little bit about my side gig and how I got to where I am. So you guys know I love what I do. I love being a therapist. I love working with the military branch. However, at times I get burnt out, like really burnt out. It really just depends on what's going on with our branch, and it's cyclical. And as what you see when you're working with clients is cyclical as well. It's very similar for me and what I do. And what I like to do is when I start to feel that burning out, burning the candles at both ends, I like to switch gears a little bit and tap into other areas that will keep me new and keep me fresh and keep me challenged. I like to use other parts of my brain to keep things interesting. So on top of that, I have two stipulations, though, about what I want my side gig to be or to do. So number one is I need to be able to do this side gig anywhere. That's number one. Okay. And then it can't interfere with my family time. And why those two things? Well, when I was truly burnt out a few years ago, I finally realized that to stay in a healthier mindset, I had to get really clear about my values and my priorities. And after a lot of exploration with my life coach, the wonderful Bill Mayer, he has been on our previous episode. So if you want to learn more about life coaching, and he actually does a little bit of coaching with me on that episode, everything where I am today, I do credit to Bill for sure. Now I credit a lot to my therapist in the past, but that work I did with those therapists got me to where I wanted to work with Bill. So after a lot of exploring with Bill, two main themes emerged, or two main values came out, I guess you could say. And those values are family first, or family focus, and then time freedom. Time freedom, y'all, is different than financial freedom, okay? I want you to realize that they're two different things, mainly because, well, I just want you to realize those are two different things. I definitely value financial freedom, but time freedom was more important for me because I was working so many hours as a therapist and so many hours on the weekends that I wanted to get my time back. And I didn't want to spend my time in the evenings or on the weekends doing more therapy work or to bolster our income. Okay. And I also want to be able to be with my family when I'm with my family. I want to be able to enjoy them when I'm with them. I don't want to feel like I have to go check and see if I have a message from a client or, that kind of thing. So by the way, if you're struggling with burnout and want to explore the reasons behind it, I might be able to help you because my life coaching is geared towards helping you live your best life. And that means getting crystal clear on how congruently you are living out your highest values and priorities. And some people don't even know what their values are. And if that's you, if things have gotten out of whack, you're not living congruently, you want to explore, you want to take a deeper dive into what's going on, let's connect and see if I'm a fit to help you. You can schedule a free consultation on my website. I'll put that link in the show notes. Okay, so back to these two themes of family first and time freedom. So I went on the hunt once I knew what I needed in terms of lifestyle. I knew the gigs would appear now that I had my values on the forefront of my mind. Okay. The first gig I tried, and I know I wasn't going to say something about therapy, but I want to be honest with you guys and tell you how this all played out, the process, right? We're talking about the process. So I was a part-time therapist on an online counseling service. Stay with me. There's more to it than just that. I started to take clients on an online counseling platform in the summer of 2018. You guys, I booked up really quickly. I have a feeling as to why that might have been. If you are working for an online counseling program and you're a platform and you're struggling to get clients, send me a message. I want to talk to you about what's going on because I think I might be able to help you if you want to be getting booked up, faster. Now they have changed things since 2018. So of course their businesses, they're always evolving. They're always looking at systems, things have changed. But so back to my story. Sorry, I get off on these tangents because I get excited and I want to help you guys and kind of give you my process. So I really enjoyed the work and the variety of issues I was working with was really cool. At one point, I even thought about moving to full-time with them. However, here's what happened. That's when I came up with the idea for the podcast. So as much as I was liking the online counseling, I couldn't keep it up if I wanted to start the podcast. So before I left, I knew I needed another source of income to help pay for the podcast, right? So here's my process. I'm doing this online counseling platform. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting clients, really cool work. I'm really enjoying it. Money was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty good for a part-time work. I got to say, boundaries were good on those platforms for me. I had no boundary issues with my clients. I just got to put that out there. But what was going on was I was realizing I needed the time freedom to start the podcast, right? So I had to look for something else. So I went looking and then I enter interest and passion number one, which is fitness. I know, shocker for you guys, right? But I love fitness. I love working out. And of course, to do so, I need activewear, right? I went and interviewed at a retail store and it was a no-go because of my values of family and time freedom, because they wanted me on the weekends, right? They wanted me there on the weekends and I didn't want to give up weekend time anymore. Pretty much that's not time freedom. And I was away from my family. So as much as I wanted to say yes, I ended up turning it down. But the seed was planted on the activewear thing because I love and live in it. So I came home and I got on Google and on like page 3 or 4 of my search, I came across the idea to be an activewear brand rep all from my home. I was instantly intrigued and started to do my research. And a few days later, I signed up and became a brand rep with a home-based activewear business. I don't need to go into all the details of that, of course, but here's the idea for you. So if you're thinking you want to pivot and do something a little bit different, what else gets you excited? Like what other hobbies or interests do you have? And I know I'm mainly speaking to the ladies here when I say makeup and jewelry, but even like organic, healthy household items, health and wellness supplements. Do you love books? Are there opportunities out there for you to be a brand rep and earn some side money? Just think about that. Have you done the research? Do you know what else is out there? Yes, a lot of these opportunities are direct sales models, yet there are plenty of affiliate opportunities out there as well. So before you go even poo-pooing on these models, realize that they are legitimate, right? Legitimate and can be very lucrative if you have the right mindset and a work ethic, because consistency and perseverance are needed to be successful in these types of side gigs, okay? I live in and love leggings, so it was an easy yes for me because people are always asking me, where did I get my leggings or tank top or jacket or joggers and where did I get it from? And so all I do is refer them to my website. Okay. It's all I do. I wear it. I refer. So that's one option. You can get into some type of direct sales or you can get into some type of affiliate marketing. these things, it's not like they're going to take some work and they're going to take some time, but you're going to find that as you research other opportunities out there or side gigs, you never know what may come from it. So just keep an open mind and stay open to possibilities and solutions. I always say that. I say that to my clients too. Hey friend, want to be more comfortable while sitting on the therapy couch? I sure did, and went looking for pants and tops that were soft, wrinkle resistant, and would match just about anything I already had in my closet. And now Zaya Active makes up about 80% of my wardrobe. Would you like to learn more? Head over to my site, lisamustard.com, and click on the Activewear tab. And don't think this is just for women. They have men's and kids' clothes too. And our family is loving the quality, and I am loving the price tags. So head over to my site to check it all out. Okay, so here's another side gig that I found to be fun and a way to use the creative side of my brain. And I am so excited to share this with you guys. It's called Tails.com, TALES.com. So Tails is a company that interviews your loved ones and delivers a professionally produced private podcast episode. So you'll have their stories forever. And I so wish that Tails was around when my grandparents were still living, because I would totally be having a Tails episodes made for them. This has been the perfect side gig for me because I love talking with people, hearing their stories. I love asking questions and going deeper. I love building relationships and giving space for others to share. And I love that family members have their own private podcast. Like I said, I wish it had been around with my grandparents. So what do I do for Tails? I am one of their interviewers. I am doing this as a side gig. I love it. It checks both boxes of family first and time freedom. Tails works around my schedule in setting up interviews. Once I get them on my schedule for the week, they set up the interviews, which lasts about 35 minutes. Will you get rich off of Tails? Probably not, but that's okay. You will love this gig if you love people and you love building relationships. And working with Tails has made me a better therapist, a better storyteller, listener, and human. And giving space for others, like I said, is just such an awesome, awesome experience. So I said I may not get rich off of Tails. I mean, I make a nice extra income from being an interviewer. I've kind of, I'm a podcaster, so it's not hard for me to get into interview mode. So it's kind of like this perfect side gig. So if you're a podcaster and you know who you are, this might be a really cool part-time side gig for you. So if you want to learn more about Tails, because they are hiring, they're looking for interviewers, and they are growing, and they need experienced interviewers. And if you're a therapist, you're an experienced interviewer right there. What do you need? You need a Zoom account, really, and you need a professional microphone. And then you're like off to the races. Okay. So yeah, you may not, like I said, I may not get rich, quote, quote, rich off of Tails, but I've got my time freedom and I'm able to focus on my family time. But here's the cool thing. What if something else opens up for me as I am working with Tails? Think about it for a little bit. Other solutions and possibilities are going to appear. It's a mindset, though. You have to choose that mindset. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit more about Tails, because here's what they're looking for. Now, they're not paying me to do this by any means. In fact, they might even be surprised I'm doing this for them, but I just love what they're doing and think they're just a great company. So Tails is looking for part-time podcast interviewers to speak with their customers about a subject of their choice, most often about their life stories. Interviewers are matched with customers to conduct remote interviews that are generally 30 to 35 minutes in length over the phone or Zoom. What do you need to be a Tails interviewer? Good listener. That's you. You're a therapist. Empathic and non-judgmental. Checks your box right there. Curious about other people, even though you've never met them. I mean, come on, this is made for you guys, for us. Have a feel for storytelling and how to guide guests through an interview in a way that makes sense. They do give you a pre-interview questionnaire, so you're not like left, out there in the wind. And then they say bonus points if you have experience interviewing others or background in audio storytelling. Okay. So, guys, this is a natural fit for therapists. If you're interested, then you definitely want to send an email to Spencer. I will put his email in the show notes, but it's s@tails.com. I believe that's right. I will double check it. Pretty sure that's the right one. So another side gig that is really interesting and has been really cool for me too is Upwork. Upwork is the world's largest freelance talent marketplace. And their vision is to connect businesses with great talent faster than ever before. I have found some really cool and interesting side gigs on Upwork. You can find all kinds of freelance work there: blog writer, social media coordinator, content creator, narrator, editor, life coach, website creator, developer, researcher, and much, much more. Yeah, you might need specialized skills for a lot of these positions, but many people are looking for entry-level freelancers because they have a small budget, right? And they're just getting started, and they're looking for entry-level workers. Or freelancers. This could be for you. Once you set your profile up, it's possible you will also get invitations to apply for freelance positions. I've received requests to submit proposals for relationship coach, writer, reviewer of mental health information for accuracy, just to name a few. I actually get a lot of requests for me to submit a proposal to be people's life coach. I haven't even gone down that road yet, just because I have my own thing going on and I just don't have the time to take on these other clients. But there are other freelance marketplaces out there. I don't know much about them, but an internet search is all you need to find out what other sites are out there. There's Fiverr.com. I know that's another one that a lot of people will mention. So you could get some freelance side gigs. You can set your rate. You can submit proposals. I think it's free to set your Upwork account up. And I've gotten, at first I was a little nervous about submitting proposals to folks, but once you get your first one, you feel more confident, you get your next one. It's kind of like your first client that you get in private practice, right? I mean, it's a process. So once again, keep the process of possibilities and opportunities and solutions that will present themselves to you when you start thinking a little bit differently about what a side gig could be for you. So other side gigs that are out there, and just some that I have actually considered. So one of I've considered is actually dog walker, because I love to get my steps in. I aim for 10,000 steps a day. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could just be walking somebody's dog? Because there's a dog out there that needs a walk. Why not me, right? You can check out, I don't know much about the sites and I have no relationship with them, but it's called wag.com. You can check it out. Hanging out with dogs and walking, y'all, two of my favorite things. So you can go walk dogs. And, while you're walking a dog, maybe you'll have more clarity about your burnout, or why you're looking for a side gig. Just give yourself that space maybe to just get curious about what's going on. Another side gig I thought about, one I have done, is a personal trainer. I was a personal trainer many moons ago, and I thought about getting back into it. I thought about going into group fitness. I mean, you could even do it online now. You can write programs, do virtual workout sessions. If you love fitness and health, this could be a great fit for you, but you definitely need specialized training. I know a lot of therapists out there also become yoga instructors, so that would fall in this as well. So, of course, there are the go-tos that therapists often consider when they are looking for a side gig that's going to take them away from their clinical roles, yet still also allows them to use their specialized skills, right? So like coaching, course creator, consultant, and yet, while I love these side gigs as options, you may need a guide or mentor to help you get these things off the ground. And not everyone needs a mentor to figure out the coaching, course creating, and consulting worlds. But if you have a mentor, it does shorten your learning curve, and that saves you valuable time. You get your time freedom. So there are plenty of coaches out there who can help you, even therapists turned coaches who offer programs. And there's so many out there. I can't recommend one specifically because I haven't worked with any of them, but there's plenty out there. So there you have it, y'all. My ideas for side gigs that have nothing, or at least not as much, to do with therapy. Take what you like and leave what you don't. These are just a few things I've looked into and considered over the years. If none of these ideas resonates with you, that's okay. There are endless possibilities out there for you. What I would suggest is figuring out your highest priorities and then identifying your interests and passions. Also, identify your skills and what you're good at, right? What you honed over the years, and make a list and start figuring out what else can you do in the pockets of your day, right? That is going to help you check those boxes of want to create more income, want to just pursue something else, and maybe you're feeling burnt out. So like I said earlier in the episode, my values, priorities are family first and time freedom. So any opportunities I look at need to check both of those boxes. And if the gigs don't check these boxes, then it's a no for me. Okay. I hope you guys found this episode helpful. I would love it if you would check out tails.com. You can even go to the website, learn a little bit more about them. And really, I know I'm like plugging Tails. They're not paying me to do this at all, I promise. I just really love what they're doing. I love how they are giving space for families to interview their loved ones and have these stories on a private podcast episode. It's really a fun side gig. I really, really enjoy it. And you're a therapist. It could be great extra side gig money for you. So you guys, I hope you found this. I know I said it. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please leave me a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts, and be sure to subscribe to my show. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season, and I know I will talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you want to schedule a free consultation with me and get your life coach, see if I'm a good fit for you for a life coach, then feel free to do that. It's information will be in the show notes as well as over on my website. All right, y'all, have a great one, and I'll talk to you soon. Well, that wraps up another episode of The Therapy Show with Lisa Mustard. I know there are hundreds of thousands of podcasts out there, and I'm thankful you've chosen to listen to mine.
Be sure to visit lisamustard.com to access the show notes and discover more fantastic content.
And I'd be grateful if you subscribe to the show. Thank you.